What's up, guys? It's like a totally original top 10 list. So don't forget to like, share, comments. She spent a long time on those. Okay.
Number 10.
In Fallout New Vegas' Old World Blues DLC, the trauma override harness bears a striking resemblance to the Vash-2 Narata piloting spacesuits. The creep factor is amplified when you turn on Wild Wasteland, where the suit says, This is all a reference to Silence in the Library and the
Forest of the Dead
episodes.
Hey, who turned down the lights?
Here's a bonus. It appears the BBC may have returned the favor. In the Season 10 episode Oxygen, the Doctor and Bill Potts encounter automated spacesuits that continue their work even after the user had died. Very much like the trauma override harness.
Number 5.
In Fallout 4's Sunshine Tidings Co-op, if you hack a terminal and tell Mr. Goodfeels to protect the base, he will float around and say, Exterminate.
Exterminate.
Some Dranguses say this is a Doctor Who reference. If they were right, they wouldn't be Dranguses. I mean, it doesn't necessarily match the speech pattern of a Dalek, but this is the Bethesda attempt at a Doctor Who reference, which makes it the Fallout 76 of Doctor Who references, so I'ma count it.
Number 4.
In the final battle of Hoover Dam, the NCR emergency broadcast system will say,
Location Bravo, Bravo, Charlie. The doctor is coming.
which translated from NATO phonetic means BBC, the Doctor is coming. Likely a reference to the season of Doctor set to premiere shortly after the game released. Number X-A. If you go to the wine cellar in the Dead Money DLC, you will spot some graffiti that reads, I am not your mummy. Which, when you consider the gas mask-clad enemies, it all bears a striking resemblance to The Empty Child, in which a World War II child was saved from near death by nanobots who used that child as a template for how all humans should appear. The nanobots go on to reshape humanity in the image of that child, leaving everyone asking, Are you my mummy? How did the nanobots get into the past? Wibbly, wobbly, timey, wimey, it was fucking Captain Jack's fault.
Number 7.
When asked the question, who is the sexiest person in the universe? A lot of factors must be considered. Gender preference, facial symmetry, reproductive, it's Captain Jack Harkness, don't be stupid. Captain Jack first appears in The Empty Child, dooming humanity with future medicine. He also wields a sonic blaster, which looks nothing like the sonic emitter from Old World Blues that people claim is another reference.
Number 7.
Sometimes, the Securitrons yell, Exterminate!
Exterminate, exterminate.
Whatever, this is a top 10 video. Self-respect was never an option, so we'll count it.
Number 1.
In the original Fallout, you can come across the TARDIS, who will immediately vanish should you come too close. It also makes this sound. That's not important just yet. So, here's the Fallout timeline as we know it. Someone starts the Great War, but we don't know who. Was it the USA? China? Vault-Tec? Pam? We don't know. Some people think it might have been the Zetans. Who are the Zetans? Shut up. That's who. The Zetans are aliens that enjoy torturing people. So anyway, the Great War pops off. 100 years later, Vault 13's water chip breaks, which starts the chain of events that ends with the Vault Dwellers stopping the super mutants from destroying humanity. The Vault Dweller, at some point, watches the TARDIS leave. The Vault Dweller settles down in Arroyo, does the sex with something. The grandchild of the Vault Dweller goes back in time through an infinity gate, steals Vault 13's water chip, kick-starting the events of the first game, and then goes on to save the Wasteland from complete genocide. Who fired the first missile? Who stole the water chip? Who framed Roger Rabbit? I'll tell you who. Remember the sound the TARDIS made? Well, here's what the TARDIS sounds like when the Doctor is driving it. It makes that sound because the Doctor leaves the handbrake on like a Drangus, which means the person piloting the TARDIS in Fallout 1 was not the Doctor. There's one pilot of the TARDIS who never forgets the handbrake, the cute, conniving, killer criminal cougar who has half Time Lord DNA. River Song. So, filling in the blanks, If River is piloting the TARDIS, something happened to the Doctor. Without the Doctor, Earth is at alien mercy. In the Fallout universe, it's likely they were specifically at the Zetan's mercy. So, River Song fires the missile that cast Earth into fire, knowing that humanity has been preparing to survive a nuclear war and that the missiles could potentially destroy whatever resources the Zetans are after. However, River Song, knowing apocalyptic events that the Master and Enclave bring with them, River Song goes to Vault 13, breaks the original water chip, builds a time travel gate in the desert, and then leaves in the TARDIS just as the Vault Dweller shows up. Doing this ensures that humanity survives the alien menace, and that the Vault Dweller has the incentive to stop the Master, procreate, and allow the Chosen One to go back in time, kickstart the events of the first game, and then go on to stop the Enclave. This gets really Gallifreyan when you realize that Fallout 1 came out like 11 years before River Song's first appearance. With the future of humanity secured, River Song vanishes into star stuff as the contents of her diary become lost to time, floating along the ethereal winds, existing only as whispers of hope, dreams of madness, and a time that never was. Forever to exist only as a mere memory that sometimes it wiggles itself into their world, hidden in plain sight, like some sort of Easter egg. Either that, or it's just a game made by a bunch of sci-fi nerds. Huge coincidence. Who's to say? Alright guys, this has been my top 10 list of Doctor Who references and Fallout, as well as my headcanon. Don't forget, there is a like button. Also, there's a subscribe button. It's theoretically possible to comment as well. And as always, top 10 lists are made by uncreative schmucks piggybacking off the works of others.